Let's talk Chicago's issues from the current mayor. That also affects mental health that he knew about. Lead pipes. Lead pipes connect more Chicago homes to water mains than in any other U.S. city. Nearly 80% of Chicago residents are potentially exposed to brain-damaging metal in their water. President Biden's infrastructure program has made billions of dollars available for cities, like Chicago, to begin lead pipe replacement. This isn't a matter of competing interests for government dollars. These are funds available specifically for this purpose. What we need to do is to look for how we can get the job done more efficiently and effectively, to stretch the dollars we do access as far as possible. Chicago is projecting costs 5 times the national average for replacing its lead pipes. Why aren't we instead looking to what other cities, such as Denver and Detroit, have done to lower the per unit costs of replacement? This includes such common sense steps as replacing lead lines at the same time that we're digging up and replacing the connected water mains. All this funding came to Chicago, but Chicago's mayor message is, we are at the point of no return.
Multiple city departments are engaged in this effort. The effort to clean up debris, clear away sewer backups, and then, of course, address safety hazards. The flooding is the result of 2 factors. The water management system was never properly built on the west and southwest sides of our city. These are working class communities, and frankly, the city failed to plan properly in the past. We will continue to see damaging flood incidents until there are some real structural changes and improvements to our infrastructure as a whole. Modernize our infrastructure to account for this new reality. But today, we are calling for one thing in response to these flooding incidents. We need the state as well as the federal government to provide emergency relief for homeowners as well as our businesses.
Now you heard and seen that from the same mouth that speaks on mental crisis, which includes lead pipes. Let's address our next issue, property taxes. Brandon Johnson's plan to stop property tax hikes. With Brandon Johnson's Better Chicago agenda, Chicago will make $1 billion in new investments to build a safer, stronger city, all without raising property taxes. Currently, property taxes increase when inflation increases, meaning our housing affordability crisis will only get worse. It doesn't have to be this way. We can make Chicago safer, grow Chicago businesses, create good jobs, strengthen public schools for all of our kids, protect our environment, improve mental health, and fix our broken transportation system without raising property taxes. This is Brandon Johnson's plan to stop property tax hikes and invest $1 billion in a better Chicago. Stop raising property taxes. Any plan to invest in Chicago can only be considered serious if it achieves a balanced budget. Anything less is just another empty promise. The same is true for any plan that would increase property taxes on Chicagoans. Our city faces a housing crisis, and raising property taxes would only exacerbate that crisis, leading to a death spiral for our city. As mayor, Brandon Johnson will not raise property taxes on Chicago families. Property taxes are already painfully high, and as mayor, Johnson will not raise them further.
Wow. Hey, Valentini, good morning. Mayor Brandon Johnson says he plans to raise property taxes next year, walking back a major campaign promise. Now, this all comes as the city faces a nearly $1 billion budget deficit. Let's take you inside City Hall right now. This is a live look inside council chambers happening as we speak. There's public comment happening right now ahead of the mayor's speech, which was interrupted for about 10 minutes or so. Now, in the mayor's budget, he's calling to raise property taxes by $300 million and eliminate more than 700 vacant positions, more than half of which are from CPD. The mayor proposed increasing the tax on alcohol and raising weekend parking rates to the same level as weekdays. The city will also allocate $145 million one-time dollars from the American Rescue Plan, which is COVID stimulus dollars. The mayor also says there will be no layoffs under his proposed spending plan for the next year. Now, this is all in an effort to balance the $17 billion budget. The mayor is also calling hoping to spend millions on anti-violence efforts, youth employment, and assistance for those who are unhoused. Now, today's budget proposal comes as at least a dozen aldermen signed a letter to the mayor urging him not to increase property taxes. They also want the mayor to renew the ShotSpotter contract, create a new Southwest Side Police District, keep the CPD budget intact, and more. Some aldermen say they were not briefed on the plans ahead of time, leading to some frustration. Now, back here live at City Hall, city leaders will have 2 weeks of budget hearings beginning next week. By law, a budget has to be passed by December 31st.
If you want to be notified of more findings, subscribe and make sure to like and share this post, which helps to get the message spread around. Also, add your comments. We want to hear from you.